Good morning, traders. How are y'all doing today? Today is October 29th, 2025. It is 7:28 my time. So markets will be open in about a minute. Excited to have you all here again with us today. Go ahead and share our link with our team. And if you ever want to join our Discord or our Facebook group, the links are provided below. 100% free and lifetime access. Definitely consider joining. All right, we're looking at QQQ right now, seeing if it sells off a little bit more or if it's going to push up. We are looking at sound for a possible oversold reversal. SoFi is pushing. Love to see that. SoFi can pump much higher today, but we are looking at sound possibly for a reversal. SoFi pumped up to 32, getting that slight rejection right off of that level. Let's see if it holds. QQQ pushing up. Waiting for Lunar to set up better. Sound struggling to get above $18 again. Could see some more selling pressure. We could get a nice little rally as it was kind of consolidating most of the pre-market hours and overnight hours. SoFi continuing to push. SQQQ selling off as TQQQ holds above 120. The overall NASDAQ is at 635. BYND holding. Waiting on a good entry on on sound. Looks like it's going to retest 1755 on the short term. See if it holds or does it break below. Being patient here. And I'd love to know where you guys are tuning in from. Definitely put that in the comments. We do have members from all over the world. I'd love to know where you're tuning in from. PayPal selling off pretty aggressively after it did beat its earnings, pushed from 70 up to 82 and all the way back down to 70 87. SoFi would have been a nice move today from 31.50 to 32.50. We're going to buy a few shares here as it is crossing over that moving average potentially. Can always add more later. Would have been nice to buy down at 1766 on that drop here, but I don't want to miss the rally if it does break this resistance here at 18 and begin to push up, as it could go up to 1876 again. Could even go up 19. It's been trading within this kind of horizontal pattern here for a little while. See if it gets rejected off of this level or if it pushes up higher. Remember, we want to buy at the low, not the high. Looks like it is going to push up. Again, testing that resistance right here. And it is pushing up. No news at the moment. Nvidia's up 5% today. Another 5% already from 207 to 210. That is just amazing. Beautiful move for Nvidia. Testing the low again on sound. If it breaks 1780, we could see it go down a little bit more. It is below VWAP. And it is below the moving average, so it went straight up to moving average, tested it, and got rejected. See what happens here. Does it sell off some more? Go up, we're gonna get another move up. Nasdaq market is dropping, so it will go down with it a little bit. SoFi, very nice. I like that bounce from a high to 32.50 to a low. Intel's down to 41. I don't want to trade too many companies today. I want to focus on just one company. SoFi Technologies, Needham raises target price to 36 from 29. Looks like it is holding. Again, that 1766 support. That was interesting. Buying the low, selling the high. Trying to be patient with our entries so we can get a good price per share. It's trying to get it back above 1780. Pre-market support. I'm gonna add some right here. We'll look at BYND. Been curious as to what's going on with this company. $2. Nice move. Believe it could sell off more though. $2 support. Hard to borrow, 2.3% fee, 400% maintenance requirement. I don't like how it trades in penny and then half penny. I don't like that. Buy a couple more down here at that 1766 level. Looks like it doesn't necessarily, see how it got rejected right there. We can see some more selling pressure from this company. Waiting to see if it holds 1760 for a pop. If it does, great. If it doesn't, this thing can continue to sell off. Go, nice pop off of 1766 again. That doesn't really tell me anything for sound. Nine analysts consider it a buy. Now, Sound report earnings on November 6th, so not this week, but next week. It has beat its last 4 earnings. Annual earnings versus revenue is lower. Looks like it's getting rejected again. It's a high price target of 26, an average target of 15, a low price target of 7. Pretty decent market cap, pretty decent volume. See if we get a little pop up. I believe I used to use this to get an analysis. It doesn't mean anything. That was a long time ago. It probably doesn't have it anymore. Price momentum's looking pretty decent. News? Any news? SoundHound AI Telarus announced strategic partnership. Let's see if we get that break. That break above. Here we go. Break above the moving average. A lot of consolidation at that support level. And now pushing. Very nice entry here on this one. We can hold. We can see, at least a 5% gain today. If we can get up to 19, we could see 5.5. It gets up to 20, we could see about 11%. So we're holding. Go, getting rejected. What's my average share price here? Average share price 17.84. It's a little high. Yeah, it's already up 1%, so I missed out on 1% of this. But it has the potential to go up much higher. Retesting. Go. There we go, showing some progress to the upside. Moving average beginning to curl over, MACD curling over. So we're getting a good entry here. There's some beautiful upward momentum action. Now it's a very light position. I wouldn't mind adding more to it, but I don't want to add more if it's going to get rejected, right? We want to make sure we have confirmation on the 5-minute. It's struggling to hold above. So if we can push above this level, we can see some pretty nice upward momentum here. Not only the 1870s, but potentially 1990s. Let's go out a little bit here. Looks like we do have a trend line from those highs to lows. We are seeing somewhat of a trend line here. Do you see that? Or could this one be more clear? I mean, either way, it looks like either trend line you choose gets above 1820s. We can see some more upward momentum. So I'm curious to see what happens. Getting rejected slightly. It is above that moving average on the 5-minute. Sound Hound is what we're trading today. All right, there we go. Getting a good entry down here. See if it pushes up even higher, or if it's going to continue to get rejected off of this moving average. I drew that line on the 1 hour, so we're looking about 1820. 1820 break. Should be right here. Looking good. Order book level 2. There's not a lot of action until 18. People buying at 1790s, 1780s. A lot of orders around 1770 and 1760. Not a lot of sellers until 1810. I believe they see something there as well. Still no news or anything relevant. QQQ holding up pretty good. Open. A nice little bounce as well from 776 to 812. Lunar triangle hold above 12. Ford, very nice 30-cent move from 1307 to 1332. Beautiful. SoFi also popped from 31.50 to 32.50, a nice $1 move. Then getting rejected back down to looks like $31, and now trying to push back up. Intel selling off, touched our price alert. Beautiful rejection off of that moving average. PayPal trying to hold. Now it did bounce pretty much right off of this 1 hour moving average. Right at 70.60, already up a full dollar. Hood sold off to 144, back up to 147. Nvidia getting rejected at 211 finally, seeing some resistance. AMD pushing up 267. Amazon from 229 to 234, a $5 move, and gave it all back, right back to the moving average. Now this thing could pop back again, could also continue to sell off. Tesla was at 465 pre-market, sold off 465 to 457, an $8 sell-off. Only about 1.5%, and now pushing all the way back up. Getting rejected off of that moving average. Alright, here we go. Sound up to 1804. Let's see if it can go push higher. We're up 1% on the day, but we also missed this 1% if we were buying at 1676. That's a 2.5% move. We got an average price of 1784. But that's okay. This thing has a lot of room to move. Begin to slowly trail upward. There we go. Looks like it's going to try to beat $18.06. Smash the like button for me. It's greatly appreciated if you do. Thank you, thank you. We go live every single day at market open. And I give you guys a helpful video later in the day. So you get a live stream and you get a video every day. Potentially 19 today. That'd be very nice to see, as this is trading within that horizontal pattern. I know it's a little messy right now. Bouncing off of 1760, pushing up to 19, coming back down to 1760 yesterday, and a double retest today. See if this can push higher. Yeah, be right back. So cute, I thought I smelled pickle. All right, where are we at? Where are we at? All right, guys, we're back in action. Sound is holding above 18. Smash that like button for me if you're tuning in. Greatly appreciated. We go live every morning. Coming back down to retest. Comment where you're from, where you're tuning in from. I'd love to know. And if you're new, let me know. We have tons of new members every day in the Discord and in our Facebook community. Some of you may be tuning in for the first time. There we go. Are we going to get a retest or are we going to get a rejection? Looks like it's holding above the moving average, which is nice. MACD is overextended though, so we could see some pullback, some selling pressure, then another retest back up. We'll see if it holds. What else is happening? PayPal selling off again today. Nvidia pushing up. Open also a nice oversold reversal. QQQ making new highs yet again. Ford has some news. Ford issues recall for 174,000 units over moonroof wind deflector clips that may detach from the vehicle. Wow. But yet it goes higher, bouncing off of that moving average. SoFi selling off. Intel selling off. PayPal testing that moving average at $70. Remember, 77 is a long time resistance. It has been for many years. As you can see here, even way back in May of 2022, it sold between 68 and 100, and it got up to 100 again at one point in December 2024, but it is staying below that moving average. Sound still holding above moving average. Love to see it. I like that retest. It also, I like the 45 EMA crossing over the 200 MA, and it is above the VWAP. So usually above VWAP, it tends to push a little higher. We are playing off of yesterday's low, trying to get to yesterday's high, or even potentially the day before's high. For a nice horizontal pattern, as you can see here. See if we get it. If we break these levels, 1810, we can get to 1820. If we could break 1820, we could see it push even higher. We'll go live with you guys just a little bit longer today. Usually I go live for about 30 minutes to an hour. So we might be more on the 1 hour side today. Just waiting for this to set up. Now I am looking at a potential 5% move from where I bought in. But if I would have got just a little lower, we could add a nice 7% move. My risk would be simply basically where I am. If it breaks below moving average, I'll just cut my losses at 1784, which would be break even. So we're now in the money. And we'll stay in the money as long as this doesn't have a huge spike down. A little slow going today. Also, if you're watching this and you have a video idea that you'd like me to share with you, anything stock related or my trading style, or anything that you're maybe curious about, comment it below and I'll make a video on that for you guys. Drink your water, guys. Thank you. It was actually great timing. I just finished my bottle of water and my beautiful wife just brought me some coffee. I'm telling you guys, smash that like button. We hit 7,000 in what, March or May. We're literally about 40 subscribers away from updating our placard to 7,500 subscribers, on our way to 10,000 subs by Christmas. Think we get 3,000 subs by Christmas? Probably not, but hey, it's a very ambitious goal and that's okay. What flavor is this? It is pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice for the holidays. For Halloween. I usually drink French vanilla though. All right, retesting that moving average again. I like to see it. We'll see if it holds for another leg up. MACD is curling over, but that doesn't mean it can curl back over again. Here we go. Beautiful. We are on the 1 minute time frame. Looking at SoundHound AI Inc. SoundHound does have its earnings call on November 6th. What does SoundHound do? SoundHound AI Inc. develops independent voice for artificial intelligence solutions that enable businesses across automotive, TV, and LOT, and to customer service industries to deliver high quality conversational experiences to their customers in the United States, Korea, France, Japan, Germany. Its products include Houndify platform, that offers a suite of houndified tools to help brands build controversial voice assistants, such as API or application programming interfaces for text and voice queries, support for customer commands, extensive library of content domains. It also, SoundHound Chat AI integrates with knowledge domains, pulling real-time data like weather, sports, stocks, flight status, and restaurants. SoundHound Smart Answering is built to offer customers establishment custom AI powered voice assistants. So if you're listening to an AI voice, potentially came from SoundHound AI. They also have software called KaiNet or SciNet software, which uses machine learning to enhance their capabilities of easy to understand voice assistants for restaurants, automatic speech recognition, and natural language understanding, wake words, custom domains, text to speech. SoundHound was founded in 2005 and they have a headquarters in Santa Clara, California. Want more information? Okay, let's see what more information I can find as this pushes up. I love the retest off of the moving average. MACD is curling over, crossing over the signal. Bye, baby. Have a good day. Love you too. Daughter is off to school. Let's see. Pushing past that 810. Let's see if we can get it this time. Can we get that upward momentum we're looking for? SoundHound has 842 employees. See if we can break the high today of 1810. I'd love to see a break of 1810 for some new highs on the day. It can do it. It can do it. Wow, the long-term portfolio is looking great today. The long-term retirement account up another 1% today. For the week, we are now up 5% for the week. 5% in a single week, holding VOO, VTI, SCHD, and NVDA. I also added O Realty because I'm getting into real estate. I'm now a real estate part owner, and I own some real estate in general. So I was like, why not own some O Realty in the long-term account? Plus, they pay a dividend. O and SCHD pay a dividend, so that's nice for the long-term account. Here we go. Sound breaking 1810, pushing up to 1814. Love to see it. This can push higher. We are up 1%. Aiming for 5%. 5% would be nice. We get to show our, not open orders, but our cost basis. Get a better understanding of what I'm looking at. You know, I missed out on about 1% of this move this morning, which is already about $2 on the small trade. Buying a little too high. I did buy down here, but now my average is sitting at 1784. Nonetheless, though, if I were to risk even 1%, risking about $2 to make 5% to 7%, 5% making it about $10, 6 to 7% making about $13, $14. So has potential to run. I could also add more to my position, but I'm waiting to see if it crosses over 1820 and then ultimately 1833. Maybe add more, maybe I don't. You know, it would have been better to just, you know, buy a bunch down here at the low, but also it could have dropped and it could have sold off. If I had 100 shares and it sold off, that'd be a bigger loss. But easing into a position, 10, 20 shares, validating confirmation and overall direction before adding a bunch also helps indeed too as well. So continuing to hold, seeing if it breaks this trend line. Go to the 1 hour, you can see it's somewhat been getting rejected off of that trend line. Let's go ahead and delete that one. But from here to here to here to here to here has been getting rejected pretty good. We'll see if that can break. Looks like it's breaking it on the 5-minute. It's got just a few more points to go to break it on. Again, we're looking at 1820 break. And I think it's going to actually do it. There we go. 1817. 1816. Comments. Some people are saying $19 today. We'll see. We'll see. Gonna be patient. There we go. Retesting that moving average on the 1 hour. It's kind of stair-stepping its way up. Love to see that. Drinking our coffee, being patient. You want to ride your winners longer and cut your losses faster. That's how you make money in the market. Just noticed that my webcam is slightly over. There we go. Go pushing. Right. I'm going to show you guys where I bought and my trade record. Trade record's right here. I bought at 1791, right on that break of the moving average. Bought at 1782 and 1770. So I bought way down here at 1770, which gave me that average of 1778. But at the same time, this 5 shares at 1791 did not help with my average on this small little amount. I would have liked to buy in the 1770s, 1760s. Gave me plenty of opportunities to buy within that little area. So that would have been nice to buy within this little window. Right there, that little area right there to buy. You're not gonna, not every entry is gonna be perfect, not every exit's gonna be perfect, but on the bigger picture of things, I didn't do a bad job by buying in this little area, as there is potential for it to go up even higher. If I were to draw this out a little bit here, you guys see that? Buying down here. Well, I mean, I didn't buy way up there. 1782, 1791. 1791 would have been down here. My bad. Right at the break. And then I bought at 1770. So that little range right there, that's a good little spot to buy for a nice big green candle and some upward momentum on the bigger scale of things. Very nice move. Very nice move to buy. And looks like we are pumping. We just hit 1820. Just hit 1820. So this thing is slowly pushing up. Love to see it. We are going to be holding this a little longer, up almost 2% on a small trade. Could have been up 3%. That's okay. Got a good entry. Now we got to break this 1820. Remember, it's been getting rejected off of this yellow line here for a few, I'd say for like a good week or so. Going back to the 17th of October. And here we go, 1820. We're there. We are there. Let's see this thing continue to push. There's the break. There is the break above that trend line. See if it can hold. 1823, 1821. Or is it going to get rejected? Big rejection off of that trend line. History does tend to repeat itself. I want you guys to be aware of that. This can easily go up and easily come back down. It is retesting this level here, 1820 from yesterday. And it can get a huge red candle. I mean, this was a 76 cents or a 4% red candle. So just as fast as it goes up, it can come down, but it looks like it's holding pretty good for the moment. MACD is extremely overbought though, and RSI is on the overbought side. So it's going to need to come down a little bit, retest to get another push up. But again, we want to hold our winners longer. We want to cut our losses faster. And it looks like we're doing a good job. Remember, my entry was down here. So I'm not chasing this. I'm not buying at these highs. I already bought at a very low price point. Remember, my moving average, or my average price is 1784. Okay, 1784. So even if it comes down to 18, I could still lock in profits. Even if it comes all the way back down to 1784, I at least break even, right? So this is where my average is, this purple line. I don't know if purple's a good color. Oh, we got white. We got a white one. So that's my moving average. Okay, I bought a little high. I bought a little low. I'm not telling you to chase. I'm not telling you to buy this even. I'm just sharing with you my thought process behind the trade. And we're coming up on that hour mark now. 1 full hour of live streaming. And you guys got to see it. I would have liked to lock in profits, but you know, for it to move from 18 to 19 in an hour is just sometimes it's unrealistic. But it has moved. You got my thought process on where I bought, where I'm looking at taking profit. I have my alerts set. We're actually going to bring our alert from 17 up to 17. We're actually up to what is it, 1790? The break below the moving average is 1793 at the moment. Big red candle. And then I'm going to put this alert for the break of 1823. We'll see if we get that break. See how it got rejected off of that trend line? We need to get above that trend line to get some more upward momentum. And then ultimately the break of 1833. Okay, so those are my alerts. Comes all the way back down here, breaks the moving average. I get out for basically a break even, but will still be slightly in the money. And if it breaks 1823 and 1833, then we could see some more upward momentum. But obviously the MACD is curling over, RSI is curling over. We're going to get a retest probably again on these levels. And here we go, retesting the 45 EMA on the 1 minute. And that's where we're going to end the live stream, guys. We're at 58 minutes. I believe we did a great job by being patient, buying at these levels. And now it's all about being patient to sell closer to that $19 mark. All right. I will update you all in the Discord. First link in the description below. And also, if you're interested in joining a community with over 70,500 members worldwide, connect with other traders and investors. That is that the fifth comment or the first pinned comment in the comment section. I appreciate your guys' time. Like always, remember, it's in the year on a green note, and have a great rest of your day. And don't forget to subscribe and smash that little bell notification so you get updates on my later in the afternoon or evening video that I always post. And I'll see you in tomorrow's live stream. Have a great day.